In December of 2022, the United States House of Representatives voted in favor of the Puerto Rico Status Act. The purpose of this act is to resolve the U.S. territory status and its relationship to the U.S. through a binding plebiscite in which Puerto Ricans on the island can choose between independence, statehood, or free association as alternatives to the current status of the island as a commonwealth. However, in order for the Puerto Rico Status Act to be binding, it must also be passed by the United States Senate, and so far the Senate has paid little to no attention to it. The United States acquired Puerto Rico in 1898 after the Spanish-American War, and in 1917 its inhabitants were granted citizenship. By 1952, the U.S. Congress granted Puerto Rico Commonwealth status, which gave the island some limited form of autonomy and allowed the island to elect its own governor. However, it's important to understand that Puerto Rico is not a sovereign nation. Its political status is that of an unincorporated territory of the United States, and it's the U.S. government that has the final say-so in all of the affairs on the island. Many opponents of Puerto Rico's current political status conclude that Puerto Rico is nothing more than a colony. They point to the fact that the major decisions about Puerto Rico, whether it be politically or economically, come from the U.S. government, a government in which Puerto Rico has no input. The island has no vote in presidential elections, no senators, and just one non-voting member of Congress. So, if the Puerto Rican government wants to pass some legislation that would greatly improve the lives of the people on the island, they have to make sure that legislation isn't at odds with the U.S. political or economic interests, because in the end, the U.S. government will have the final decision with no input whatsoever from Puerto Rico. Many issues facing Puerto Rico, whether it be politically or economically, can be at least partially attributed to this very fact. For years, Puerto Ricans have had to navigate through this reality, while at the same time becoming an invaluable asset for the United States. Puerto Ricans have contributed greatly to the United States. Over 700,000 have contributed and participated with distinction and courage in all U.S. wars. Many have also contributed in science, arts, sports, medicine, economics, etc. Basically, they have done what all good citizens should do for over 120 years. But they also desire to contribute to something that would improve their status and the well-being of the island for generations to come. If Puerto Rico is to progress, it must have the necessary power to be able to form and make the necessary decisions to take the island into the future without any unnecessary obstacles, and the Puerto Rico Status Act is the first step in that direction. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Help us to spread this video by sharing. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more videos.